We're kicking things off with breaking news as WWE's WrestleMania plans for 2027 may have accidentally gone public. Earlier today, a press release in Arabic appeared online revealing that WrestleMania 43 will be held in Saudi Arabia. The statement was quickly pulled after being sent out prematurely, but the story spread fast. PW Insider has since confirmed the report is legitimate, noting that an official announcement is expected soon. An announcement is coming very soon, PW Insider reported, confirming that Saudi Arabia has locked in WrestleMania 43, marking the first time in history the event will be held outside North America. The leak came just hours after TKO President Mark Shapiro spoke at the Goldman Sachs Communacopia Plus Technology Conference, where he revealed that TKO has been in talks with cities like Detroit, Atlanta, Charlotte, London, Paris, and several Middle Eastern markets about hosting premium live events. Shapiro compared the approach to Formula One's global business model and made it clear what the goal is. We're going to maximize those opportunities both in kind, but most important to me is cash. You know, cash. Cash kills. Not long after those comments, Turki Al-Sheikh, the head of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, publicly stated that WrestleMania 43 will indeed take place in Saudi Arabia. While the announcement hasn't been formally made by WWE or TKO, Fightful Select has reported that the move has been in the works for some time. According to Sean Ross Sapp, WWE higher-ups have kept quiet publicly, but one executive offered a telling line, "Where there's smoke, there's fire," the source said, hinting that Triple H's recent comments about inspiring change could be tied to the plan. Behind the scenes, Saudi officials have reportedly been pushing for WrestleMania ever since their partnership with WWE began. Sources revealed that discussions ramped up earlier this year, with internal talk of branding it as a Super WrestleMania or something equally significant. On top of that, 2026 is shaping up to be a huge year for the region. Saudi Arabia is expected to host not just its usual May and November shows, but also the Royal Rumble, setting the stage for WrestleMania 43 the following year. There's also buzz that WWE's new WrestlePalooza branding could play a role in reshaping the event calendar. Internally, the belief is that WrestlePalooza will help spread out global stadium shows like WrestleMania, making it easier to secure site fees from major cities while turning every event into a destination attraction. As one source put it, the belief internally was that the company looking to establish WrestlePalooza branding immediately as an important deal was also a way to help spread out major global events and land more site fees and create events that locations were willing to bid on. At this point, all signs point to Saudi Arabia hosting WrestleMania 43. WWE has not officially confirmed the move, but between today's leak and growing chatter inside the company, the writing may already be on the wall. Slatrock Wrestling will continue tracking the story as WWE gears up for what could be its biggest international leap to date. What's your take? Should WrestleMania be held in Saudi Arabia? And how do you feel about the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania being staged there back to back? Let us know in the comments. Major return news now, as fans may have forgotten about Ilja Dragunov, who suffered an ACL injury against Gunther in September 2024. The Mad Dragon is now nearing his return, and WWE is considering a huge feud for him once he does. According to Bodyslam.net, WWE has been internally discussing a potential program between Ilja Dragunov and Rusev on television in the near future. Nothing is confirmed at this stage, but competing against the experienced WWE superstar is one way that WWE is considering bringing Dragunov back to television. We previously reported that Dragunov's name was being discussed by WWE's creative team last month, as the time for his return is drawing near, and his hard-hitting style would make Rusev an ideal first opponent for him. Do you think this is the perfect return feud for Ilja Dragunov? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. Elsewhere, AEW's Bryan Danielson is never afraid to speak his mind, and that was the case during an appearance on the Ned and Josh podcast, where he spoke about whether or not AEW and WWE could ever work together. You never say never. In the current climate, my answer would kind of have to be no. It almost seems, and this is just my perception, and I don't want to put this on anybody because I've never talked to anybody about this, but it almost seems like they would like us to go out of business. Danielson went on to explain his personal mindset and how he tries to cope with the business side tension between the two promotions he's worked for. That's not my game. That's not what I worry about. You know the saying, grant me the serenity to change the things I can, accept the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference? That's how I look at it. They've operated this way since 1984. They see a competitor, and no matter what, they want them gone. Danielson made it clear that there are many people he enjoys in WWE, as he pointed out that it's just down to the systems themselves. I know people in WWE, good people. I don't even like framing this in a good versus bad way. What's the decision-making process there? Why do they want AEW not to exist? Ultimately, Danielson just wants the wrestling business to thrive, and he believes that opinion is shared among those in the WWE locker room. Wrestlers in WWE want AEW to keep existing because it's good for them. It gives them leverage. It gives them creative options. Two companies means more opportunities, not just for fans, but for the wrestlers, production people, and everyone in the business. It's clear that Danielson is trying to keep the wrestling world an honest one, and given his reputation, his words carry plenty of weight among fans. Do you agree with Bryan Danielson's take? Does WWE really want AEW out of the picture? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. In unfortunate news, Jerry the King Lawler is once again facing health struggles that are affecting his daily life. According to PW Insider, the WWE Hall of Famer has quietly canceled several upcoming public appearances, including his advertised spot at Horror Hound Weekend, for personal reasons. Lawler has made the decision to focus on his health right now due to some lingering complications from the stroke he suffered in 2023, which almost took his life. Lawler had appeared on Busted Open Radio back in June, where he spoke openly about the physical and mental toll his stroke had taken out of him, and fans were left stunned when he struggled to name one of the biggest stars he'd shared the ring with. Mark Henry guided him to the answer, which was CM Punk, but it wasn't the only time his memory failed him, as he froze again when being asked about Terry Funk. Lawler's response left fans emotional in its honesty as he admitted, "It's true, I can't remember. I know his name, I just can't bring it up." Toward the end of the segment, Lawler apologized to fans and listeners alike, offering a glimpse at how deeply these episodes affect him, showcasing the situation he's dealing with. Everyone at Slat Rock would like to wish Jerry Lawler the best in his recovery process, and we hope the King is back fighting fit soon. John Cena's retirement tour has quickly become one of the most talked about storylines in wrestling. From dream bouts that slipped away to new challengers stepping up, the road to Cena's farewell is already filled with intrigue. Now Rusev has openly declared that he wants to be the man to retire John Cena. In an interview with Voxcatch, later reported by Ringside News, Rusev explained that Cena was the one who truly launched his WWE career, and he believes it would be a fitting full circle moment if he were the one to close Cena's. He went further, saying he would beat him and destroy him, even questioning whether Cena could handle that level of punishment in a farewell match. That ambition ties directly into another recent revelation involving Cena's future. Rob Van Dam confirmed to Ringside News that he too was in serious talks with WWE about facing Cena during his retirement tour. Those discussions were moving forward until RVD suffered a devastating injury, breaking both of his heels, which ended any chance of the match happening. RVD admitted it was a missed opportunity, but chose to look at it as something that happened for a reason. With stars like Rusev eager to close Cena's career and legends like RVD revealing how close they came to sharing that spotlight, fans are left wondering who should ultimately be John Cena's final opponent. Please share your opinions in the comments below. The wedding of the year between AEW's MJF and Alicia Atout is something that many wrestling fans have been talking about lately, but it's also been a source of tension backstage in AEW. According to Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Radio, the viral wedding photos, which featured MJF posing with Hangman Page, were never intended to be shared publicly by anyone within the company. Alvarez shockingly revealed that it was fans who dug up the images from family members who had attended the event via Facebook albums, as they then reshared them across social media. Therefore, while AEW talent resharing it wasn't the original leak, Dave Meltzer noted that the situation didn't sit well with AEW management. "I know that they're not particularly happy it happened," Meltzer said. "It's not the end of the world. I mean, everyone knows and this and that, but it's still, especially for people who have kind of the mentality that MJF would have, and I would presume Page would have, but I know he would have, in the sense of he wouldn't want that." The company wasn't bothered about the wedding itself, but were frustrated over kayfabe being broken online, especially since MJF's character is so heavily built around being a throwback heel who acts the same on and off screen. Meltzer highlighted that MJF works tirelessly to make fans buy into the illusion surrounding him, and while most fans saw the photos as a wholesome moment, AEW viewed it as something that could disrupt ongoing storylines. MJF himself was reportedly particularly unhappy with the situation, which is unfortunate given that this should have been a time filled with happy memories only. Speaking of the wedding, there has been more drama involved in that, with some unexpected fallout taking place involving Britt Baker. Baker is someone who fans have been wanting to see back in the spotlight for a while, and that's been the case this week. Unfortunately for the AEW Women's World Champion, it's due to online drama. A fake quote was falsely attributed to Baker and has gone viral, leading to huge fan reactions and rumors that didn't need to be created. The quote that is being attributed to Baker is, "I would rather hang out with people who are not egomaniacs and backstabbers," which is supposedly her reaction to not being invited to MJF's recent wedding. However, there's no video, interview, or social media trail to support it, and Ringside News has confirmed that Baker never made this statement, making the entire thing false. It's a scary situation for Baker, especially since she and MJF have a legitimate history of backstage drama, with this hoax seemingly tapping into that in an attempt to smear her name and damage her career. MJF isn't the only wrestler who has had his privacy invaded lately, as photos surfaced online of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon enjoying a rare vacation recently. However, it now appears that there could be legal ramifications for anyone who shared those images of the couple, with Fightful Select revealing that a number of people who did so have been served with legal notices. It's unknown whether these are cease and desist orders or something more serious, but it was indicated to Fightful that the legal notices came from a photo agency rather than WWE or the Levesque family itself. Fightful also noted people within WWE were frustrated and upset that the photos had ended up online, as they were not released with the permission of either Triple H or Stephanie. The potential legal impact of those photos being shared is a stark reminder that wrestlers are just humans who are looking to enjoy their own lives, which is something many people often forget. WrestlePalooza is the next premium live event for WWE, but if Triple H has his way, then it won't just be any old event. Instead, he wants it to be something special as WWE prepares to launch on ESPN+. TKO President Mark Shapiro recently spoke at the Goldman Sachs Communicopio and Technology Conference about the upcoming show and how WWE is hoping to make it one of the company's top events of the year moving forward. Triple H is spending night and day creatively around making that what we think it can be, which is another WrestleMania or another SummerSlam. Those two stand out above the rest. Royal Rumble's right beneath that, and we think WrestlePalooza can get into that quadrant. Whether WrestlePalooza becomes a yearly event on that level will remain to be seen, but it will take some consistent booking over a long time to reach the level of SummerSlam and WrestleMania in the eyes of fans. Grayson Lawler is notorious for sharing his opinions regardless of how wild they might be, and that's been the case lately as he took aim at an entire style of wrestling. Lawler appeared on the No Contest Wrestling podcast, where he ranted about Lucha Libre and its top stars, accusing masked wrestlers of using their gear to hide their lack of physical conditioning. All these Lucha guys are starting to make me sick. You know, they all wear these big outfits because they can't be bothered going to the gym and getting in shape. You know, they get a puppet on their hands, so you don't look at the fact that they don't have any abs. The former NXT star took things up a notch as he delivered a line that is going to make waves throughout wrestling locker rooms. It's just all these out-of-shape blokes wearing they all kind of look like furries. They're all wearing these weird masks and stuff, pretending to do flips off the rope. He also claimed that he thought Lucha wrestling is terrible, with the New Day's recent rival Penta being the person whom he zeroed in on with his verbal assault. I think Lucha wrestling's terrible, and I hate that we're stuck in this thing with Pentar, but he's a very dangerous man. As the New Day, we're here to save wrestling. We're here to save wrestling from the Destroyer. We're here to save wrestling from Lucha. The interview then ended with a warning as Lawler made it clear this fight against Lucha wrestling isn't just a one-time issue, but a complete mission for him. So for the next few weeks, this is what we're focused on. We're going to get rid of Destroyer and hopefully get rid of Lucha wrestling as well, because I'm sick of it. Lawler's critique has unsurprisingly got wrestling fans talking, and it's divided audiences online, with some feeling that he overstepped the line, while others felt it was pure character work to advance a storyline. Either way, he's not holding back. Did Grayson Waller go too far in trashing Lucha Libre and calling masked wrestlers furries? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. Elsewhere, there is major news regarding WWE's roster regarding Nikki Bella, who returned to WWE as part of the build to the Evolution pay-per-view. While most fans presumed that was just a one-off to add a legend onto the card for that event, she's stuck around ever since. Now Nikki's been moved to the active roster page on WWE.com, which seemingly proves that she's not just around for a small run, but is now back on the roster full-time. Nikki Bella has been a regular presence on Raw since her return, and fans have loved seeing her contribute to her Hall of Fame legacy, which is now set to continue moving forward. The following news contains major spoilers about a recent debut in Ring of Honor, so if you don't want to know about it, then please skip ahead. The latest Ring of Honor TV tapings took place ahead of AEW Dynamite this week, and they saw the debut of Lacey Lane, who is formerly known as Kaden Carter in WWE. Whilst she previously admitted working for AEW was her first choice destination post-WWE, she's landed close enough in Tony Khan's other wrestling promotion, with her debut match expected to be airing on an upcoming episode of Ring of Honor TV. Lane wrestled for WWE from 2018 to 2025 when she was released by the company, and is best known for her time teaming with Katana Chance, who is also known as Casey Catanzaro. She made it clear on Busted Open Radio recently that AEW was her goal, as she revealed the emotional connection she has to the AEW and Ring of Honor rosters due to her past mentors in Mexico. While she's not debuted in AEW, Lane has come as close as it gets by being part of Ring of Honor, as she's clearly someone who Tony Khan is interested in. Do you think Lacey Lane will break through in ROH and earn a spot on the AEW roster, or should she take her talents to TNA's Knockouts division instead? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know below. TNA star Killer Kelly has shared some personal news confirming her engagement to fellow wrestler Myron Reed. The proposal took place during a recent Wrestling Revolver show, marking a special moment away from the ring for both. Killer Kelly met Myron Reed in the ring and dropped to one knee. She then asked Reed if he would marry her, saying, "Myron, the young goat, will you marry me?" Myron Reed wasted no time in giving her an answer, as he made it clear he wants to spend the rest of his life with Kelly, saying, "Baby, it doesn't matter what the people say, I'm gonna love you anyway. Yes." Kelly showed the ring off as they embraced in the ring, which comes after the happy couple welcomed their first child last year, with fans believing it was the right time for them. Everyone at Slat Rock would like to congratulate Kelly and Myron Reed on their engagement and wish them the best of luck moving forward. Do you enjoy seeing personal moments like this play out during wrestling shows? Sound off in the comments. Now, something wrestling fans always enjoy is nostalgia, and they'll be getting a blast of that soon, as ex-WWE superstar Kristal Marshall has confirmed her return to professional wrestling. This will take place via All Caribbean Wrestling, which is a huge moment for her, as Marshall's family is from Barbados, making this a full circle moment in her life. Marshall isn't the only person getting back into the ring either, as former AEW star Allie has returned to wrestling training following a 2-year hiatus. The former Knockouts champion last wrestled on the September 6, 2023 episode of AEW Rampage, and was quietly removed from the roster page in November of that year, with her departure being a mutual decision. Allie has had a complete break from wrestling since that point, but she's recently had a longing to get back into the ring that she didn't expect, and that's led her back to training, as fans can now look forward to her comeback. We're ending today with former WWE star Odyssey Jones, who is currently turning up the legal pressure in his lawsuit against his ex-girlfriend Maylith Nunes, whose abuse allegations played a key role in his WWE departure. Ringside News obtained a court document that showcases no stone is being left unturned, as his legal team is demanding everything from private DMs to deleted posts and HR reports, with the goal of proving a pattern of dishonesty.